What is up, guys? Paramoto here. How are you guys doing today? Today I'm doing amazing, and I hope you guys are too. Guys, if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. It helps me out a ton. Anyway, let's get to today's video where we cruise around in a 2020 Harley Davidson Roadster in downtown Raleigh. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys are doing great today. I just came from jiu-jitsu. My favorite thing in the world. I got crushed like a USPS package today, but it's all good. It happens. Little kids always like the bikes. So anyway, guys, super exciting news. I ended up finally ordering the full stage 1 kit for this bike. It is on order from Revzilla, coming soon. No turn on red. So I got some Vance & Hines short shots. I got an Arlen Ness big sucker freaking air intake, and I got a Fuel Pack 3 tuner. Man, it is going to be legit. Hopefully it's coming this week. There'll be some garage videos coming to you soon. I'm excited. I think this bike generally sounds good. It's just too quiet. It could be more throaty. It could be idling a little bit lower, which the Fuel Pack 3 will help me do. I can fully tune every single little part of the engine's running and performance with that tuner. These bikes come apparently incredibly lean from the factory, so I'll be able to fix that, get a little bit more power out of it most likely, and you know, just generally get it running better and sounding better. Like a Harley that doesn't sound right is just not good. Like, that's just a sacrilegious thing. You know, a Harley should have that like potato, 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 potato sound, and this one kind of has it. It's got like, you know, a remnant of it. Like it kind of sounds like that, but then it kind of doesn't, you know. I mean, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's like, it's not quite potato, 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 potato. It's a little bit too fast. They got the RPM of the idle just a scotch too fast. You know, I know like the way that the short shots are set up, having that 1-into-1 or whatever the hell it is, 2-into-2, whatever you call it, isn't like the best thing for performance. It's better to have like that 2-into-1 design. I know this, I know, but I think, you know, like, you got to make a little bit of exception for things to look good too. And I think the short shots really help it have that classic Harley Davidson look. It kind of cuts out a little bit of the cafe racer style of the bike, but it helps it have a little bit more of like the classic Harley look. And that's a big reason why I got this bike, because I love retro. I love classic and retro, because who doesn't love classic and retro? But the way I'm hoping that this week turns out is that today, tomorrow, and Wednesday is supposed to be absolutely beautiful. Talking about 70s and 80s, you know, sunny, and then like the weekend is supposed to start getting a little bit more drab and rainy. So I'm hoping to ride a bunch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then have the rest of the week to literally just go in the garage and wrench around. So I've heard that the install is actually not too difficult. You know, hopefully this will like light the fire in the mod train, and you know, we'll do all the little things to this bike that I wanted to do. Like, I'd really like to get the headlights sorted out. I'd really like to get, you know, these grips sorted out. I don't know if you guys can see this, but my passenger, my other grip is it just spins. It just spins and it annoys me. I'm hopefully going to sort that out, get some good aftermarket grips, some good knurled metal or aluminum ones, good old-fashioned American aluminum, you know. Look at this American muscle machine right here. That is 49 whole cc's of just butt-stomping power. You guys ever hear that thing about scooters? Scooters are motorcycles for guys that like to feel the wind on their vagina. I'm not really a tough guy or anything, but that's just funny. I mean, that's just funny. You know, they are pretty lame, but at the same point, if it opens up people's minds to motorcycles, I'm cool with it. What's the officer problem? Guys, my paramedic certification officially expired. I'm officially no longer a firefighter and no longer a paramedic. It really closes the book on a probably like over a decade of my life, but I hated the job, and it's like, why am I going to continue doing a job that I hate? Like, I don't like being a paramedic. It was started as something that like I really enjoyed, and then it turned into something completely different, and I didn't want to do it anymore. So it's like, why spend any of my time or effort? You know, I was keeping it for a little while in case I could use it for something, but like, without being affiliated with an agency, like, then nobody really wants to hire you for anything paramedic wise, for anything fun. So it's like, why even do it? Like, I'm good. I don't really, I don't know. I don't want to sound like a total, you know, butthole about it, but at the same point, like, I don't really care about strangers or anything anymore, so it's like, why keep this? So I let it expire, and you know what, it was kind of, it hurt a little bit to let it expire. Like, I needed to have like a little funeral service for my paramedic certification, because I don't know if you guys know, but it takes like 2 years to get your paramedic, and it was 2 hellacious years, you know, talking about like taking like night classes every night, going to work, you know, before or after, and then squeezing in like 1,000 hours of clinicals. You know, it was a pain. It was a big pain in the butt. You know, I'll never do that again. So, you know, I'm just closing the book entirely on that. Man, I can't wait till this motorcycle doesn't sound like a Dyson. As much as it hurts to not be a paramedic anymore, you know, and like letting all of that certification go, at the same time, it's nice to like not have to worry about it. Like, it's a load off of my mind. Like, that's less things that I have to recertify. That's less things that I have to worry about. You know, and honestly, I haven't been a paramedic for like 4 or 5 years now. And you don't, I mean, I don't need to be anybody's paramedic. I'm not good anymore. You know, I'm way rusty, and you don't need a rusty paramedic. Like, that's not a thing that's good. So, screw it. So the bike officially has 3,600 miles of it, 1,200 of which are from one road trip. We need to get some miles on this thing, dude. We really do. I need to look up the service intervals again. Somebody in my freaking house ended up losing all of my service manuals and everything, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. I literally put them on my dining table and they've disappeared. So, God knows where they are. You get, like, when you buy a Harley, they set you up, man. Like, I got, like, a giant parts book, and then, like, a giant manual and everything, and a bunch of other goodies from Raging Bull Harley Davidson in Durham, North Carolina, and they're all gone. It's super annoying. People touch and lose my shit all the time. I'm thinking about doing, like, forward pegs on this. Either that or, like, a highway bar, because, like, as comfortable enough as it is, it'd be even more comfortable if I could put a leg out. I know when I was road tripping, I was here, and then I'd be like on the balls of my feet, and then I'd be on my heels, and then I'd be on like my passenger pegs in more of a sporty kind of stance, just to try to like get the pressure off certain parts of my butt. So if you guys can suggest any cool mods, let me know. Like, there's some little things that are kind of like, I don't know. I don't even know if you can call them like mods, but there's some things that I'm thinking about, like the gas tank here. You know, this needs to be black. You know, I'd like to get a new headlight. I'd like to get some new foot pegs. Get like more like the moto inspired foot pegs. Maybe get some highway bars. Maybe some forward controls. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about forward controls, because I like the control that you have with mids. It's very sporty. Like, you feel very in control of your motorcycle with mids. I don't know how forwards are. It'd be nice to be able to control the bike down here and then kick your feet out with some forwards, with some highway pegs or something like that. That might be the best way, the good in between. So you can still kick your feet out and get comfortable while you ride, but then like you have all the control. Like if you want to get nice and sporty, maybe get some like smaller highway pegs that don't really stick out too far. When I like put in the new exhaust, I'm debating baffles or no baffles. I've heard without baffles it's absolutely ridiculous, but I'm not really quite sure. I don't know. If you guys have any experience, please throw it in the comments down below. Baffles or no baffles, because the fuel pack has a tuner for either one. I hope it comes this week, because like I checked the box that's like shipping as few shipments as possible. I'm just trying to be a little bit greener, you know. Like, I don't need to get like the exhaust and then get the air filter and then get the fuel pack in like 3 separate orders. Like, I just wanted it, you know, all at once, because I want to do it all at once. I want to spend a day on each like segment. So I'm going to spend a day with the exhaust and a day with the air cleaner, and then like a day with the fuel pack tuning, because the fuel pack should be stupid easy. It should be plug and play, but I'm going to have to tune the bike that day. Another thing that I'm not really quite sure about is like, if you look at like these air boxes, like this one is stupid big and it's really ugly, but it keeps a lot of water out. And I've seen like some people with like water socks on the air filter. Like, do you have to just like keep a water sock on it at all times after that? Like, if you get caught in the rain and you run your bike in it, like, will it ruin the motor? Like, I don't know. It's probably like almost 80 degrees right now. It's probably like 77 degrees right now. Sunny, warm breeze, absolutely beautiful motorcycle weather. The thing about no baffles is like if I plan on road tripping this bike up through some like non-friendly states like Maryland and all the liberal Democrat states up in New England, I might get a lot of undue attention from the fuzz, and I don't think I want a lot of undue fuzz attention. I feel bad for people that have normal jobs right now. They're missing out on this beautiful weather. Man, I could stay out here all day long. You guys ever have those days where you literally could spend the entire day on a motorcycle? You start really like understanding like these older cruiser guys that have nothing better to do than go ride a motorcycle. Like, of course you would ride slow, because why wouldn't you? You're just out here enjoying yourself. Take like the most back-ass worst way around the city right now. I could have been home by now, but I keep on like detouring to the slowest way. Man, this is gonna sound so good with an exhaust. I love the sound of a Harley Evo motor accelerating. It sounds so good. It sounds real good. Man, I need to get some new levers. I hate these like stock gigantic Harley levers. I'm used to like little tiny sport bike ones that are like just meant for speed. Even like my Ducati ones are so nice. Like the levers are whatever, but the system on my Ducati is so nice that like you can literally just rest your hands. Just rest your fingers on the lever and manipulate the lever with the friction of your glove on top of it. It's so smooth. I know it sounds like so pretentious talking about like, you know, having a Ducati and everything. Like, oh, I have a Ducati. My Ducati. It's honestly not that much more expensive than this bike. Like you could, which I mean probably says something about Harley Davidson, but you can get a Ducati Panigale for like $4 grand more than this bike. They're so like refined and so nice. I love it. I love my Duke. I'm gonna go on the freeway. I haven't been on the freeway with this bike in a while. I still need to do like a 5 things I dislike about this motorcycle video. It's gonna be hard to come up with 5 things, to be honest with you. Like I've mentioned in my Ducati videos, like I typically don't buy motorcycles I don't like. So coming up and being like, oh yeah, 5 things I dislike or 5 things I hate about this bike. There's not really 5 things. There's 5 things that don't please me as much as they could. Is really how I would phrase this. The fact that it doesn't have a 6th gear, that's kind of annoying. The fact that the controls can be slightly more forward so you don't bang your shit on them when your feet are down. I shouldn't go too much further because I'd be giving away the video, but there's definitely a few things that could definitely be better. As far as like people dogging this bike about that kind of stuff, like, oh, it doesn't have a 6th gear, it doesn't do well on the highway. Yeah, it does. It does absolutely fine on the highway. Like, I feel stable, planted, perfectly comfortable right here. And I've done this for 1,200 miles. I've done this for 600 miles in a day. And it's been perfectly comfortable. Perfectly comfortable. No problems. One thing you'll see about a lot of motorcycle riders is that there's a ton of whiners out there. There's so many people that think they know everything or think they know better than you, and it's just like, shut up. Like, let people enjoy the ride. Let people enjoy their motorcycles. You ever get 10 motorcycle riders together in a room and some poor soul naive guy comes in like, I want to start riding motorcycles. What bike should I get? Oh man, God help them. God help them. Because there's gonna be like Harley bros, and there's gonna be like sport bike guys that are just like, Harleys are junk, and then there's gonna be sport bike guys, and there's gonna be Harley guys that are like, you know, look at that plastic piece of crap. There's a tent camp right there. Crazy. We're starting to get hit with homelessness over here pretty bad. Yeah, we're not as bad as like the left coast or anything like that, but the homelessness here and the panhandling and the general plight is actually getting worse by the day here. It's gonna continue to get worse every single day that we have liberal politicians. If you guys ever have a chance and you wanna watch something that's eye-opening on liberal policies, watch Seattle is Dying on YouTube. There's 2 documentaries. There's Seattle is Dying and Fighting for the Soul of Seattle, both of which are absolutely eye-opening when it comes down to liberal policymakers. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. They said they're basically loving people to death. You know, like, just every kind of behavior is acceptable. You know, it's what PC culture gets you at the end, you know? like a teeny bopper party over here. Alright guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Deuces.